Hello Frenzy, my name is Kate Shark and welcome back to Horrorween and Scarlet Hollow. Okay, so I know we're on day 4, we're on the second part of day 4. We still gotta explore the mines and I think have tea with, what's her face? Sorry, I'm terrible with names. Okay, yeah, here we go. With Kanika's mom. I can't think of her name. We'll get to it. Jesus. Alright. It's been a good minute since I've gotten a chance to play. Probably a week, maybe a little bit more. Life has been busy, man. I don't know what's going on. So, we should go explore the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find her cousin since they're friends. Come on, I'll drive us. You follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourselves outside of the Scarlet mines. Better hours now or none at all. A wall of bodies, picket signs, and megaphones in hand forms a human barricade around the entrance to the Scarlet Mines. I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all this. I mean, just as long as you don't cross the picket line. Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. Scarlet, more like toilet. I am unhappy with the treatment I am receiving as a worker in the Scarlet Mine. Hey, better hours now or none at all. Yeah, why the fuck do they need the cops here? They're not hurting anybody. Hail and meet me, fellow countrymen. What goes on here? How goes the strike? Why are the cops here? Yeah, why are the cops here? Miss Scarlet requested we supervise the situation. The mine's the source of a lot of jobs in town, and she just wanted to make sure nobody did anything hasty while expressing their concerns. That's a polite way of saying that they're here to intimidate us. A little reminder from the boss that she owns more than just the coal mines. I mean, it's not... Simmer down, nobody's here to intimidate anyone, but the Scarlet Mines are private property. Miss Scarlet has every right to request some oversight during a tense situation. But they're not technically on the property if they're outside the gate. There's a lot more of us than there are of you. Yeah. How goes the strike? Wouldn't you like to know? You can see for yourself, it's going strong. A major collapse happened on the property not 2 days ago, and the boss wants us to go on and about our work as usual. I'm not going back down there knowing death or seriously bodily harm could come at any second. I care more about living than I do any paycheck. There's a lot that could stand to change around here, and seems like damn near everybody else thinks so too. Here's my thought. Why not make it one of those situations where everyone, where it's like employee owned rather than just the owner? I don't know how well that works, but where like the employees basically have investment in it, and they want it to do good too because that's their livelihood, not just, you know, and then everyone, you could still do a union, could you not? I mean, I know North Carolina's not big on the unions. What are your grievances? What are your grievances? We'd like competitive pay, 8-hour shifts instead of 12 or more, improvements to the sick day and vacation policies, and thorough safety inspection before any of us step foot underground again. That seems quite fair. That collapse was way too close to the active mine for me to feel safe down there until I know for sure I won't end up buried under 2 tons of rock. This place is supported by the labor of folks who are too desperate for work to care about the conditions they work under. It runs them ragged, then spits them out when they're too broken to keep going. I've seen it time and time again. Yeah, exactly. You give them better work hours and better things, they're more incentivized to go to work and do something good and bring more to the community. And honestly, and they think about it, you're not paying people 12-hour work days, then you're not paying a shit ton of overtime. It all works out in the end. We're going to change things. There's no reason we should be treated like we're a disposable workforce. Yeah. If we're the ones making her money, we should be making money too, not just scraping by. Jesus, Tabitha. I have no horse in this race. I just, I mean, it's not legal, but I mean, what can she do? I mean, I mean, really, they're not demanding a lot in the grand scheme of things. They're really not demanding that much, and it would probably be much cheaper to run it on 8-hour days rather than 12-hour ones. And if it's safer, then you're not going to get sued in the long run. I'm going to leave it at that. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The YouTuber? She's the one on the banned for property posters, right? We haven't seen her, and we've been out here all day, so we know if she'd come by. We'll make sure to keep an eye out. Can't say we'll be much help, though. We'll just be standing around here for the foreseeable future. You don't cross the picket line. I don't... We'll see Tabitha later. I don't think it's anything worth crossing the picket line. So, they haven't seen Stella. Let's just go. If that means we don't have to talk to Tabitha, that's fine by me. Okay. I guess that's it for the mines. Come on, I'll drive us back to town and we can figure out our next move from there. Yeah, don't cross the picket line, because you just don't. Visit the mines. Okay, where to next? As you consider your next steps, you remember your appointment with Sybil. That was it. She seemed to be confident last night that Stella would be okay. Maybe she'll be able to help you find her. She knew about the ditch things after all. She seems to know all sorts of things. Nobody ever seems to say anything to undermine her except for her daughter, and daughters always clash with their mothers. This town trusts her. We should talk to your mom. I'm supposed to have tea with her today. My mom wanted to talk to you? She's probably going to give you some rocks or bundles of herbs for protection or something. We can humor her. I love what she's wearing. It's so cute. The bells of the general store chime welcomingly as the two of you enter. Kanika, there you are. You're supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello, Kate. Hope you're sufficiently recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom. It's just that Stella's missing and Stella can take care of herself, unlike you. Excuse me. You need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spreading that cold of yours. Go on, get up to bed. I'll be up in a minute with more tea. Thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Kate about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you wanted to say to her. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I really should lie down. Bye, Kate. Kanika turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. Good thing Kanika has her mom looking out for her. She seems so tired today, and you'll probably be able to find Stella without her. Shall we? Sybil motions towards the tea room. Follow Sybil to the tea room. Please have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. You take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plant in the corner. It's a castor bean, an incredibly toxic plant and strange for a tea maker to keep around in her workspace. Huh. It's so pretty, though. Oh! Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy with an undercurrent of decaying earth. It's the same tea she brought you on Tuesday. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? The other day you promised to tell me, what was it? Unsavory tales of my mom's youth? I almost certainly did, though I might have been exaggerating a bit for the dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearl Ann was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say, she was not a very kind woman. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrieking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her quite the rebel. Why were Pearl Ann and my mom raised by Everdeen? Why were Pearl Ann and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. Twins! She didn't survive the labor. Huh. What do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Everdeen never spoke about them, nor did your mother. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Do they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edward Dean took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something, just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenage fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it, what with skipping town and all. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It's always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with an earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. After the aftertaste combines the two flavors... But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. I'm gonna say... What's with all the mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, just come out and say it. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help to give me the full picture. Finish the tea. You close your eyes and take another sip, and then another. It's delightful. I am high. The tea is gone before you know it, the small cup empty, save for what's left of rehydrated leaves coating the bottom. Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. Should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now, on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of the cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with a definite urgency. It's fair to assume that all this has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may have, at the very least, be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here. A cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. Is it the cat at the house? I wonder if it's Dr. Kelly. Something's going on there. How do I know you're not the cat? That cat could be Dr. Kelly. She's been nothing but hostile since I met her. Joan Kelly is a very blunt woman, bless her soul. Reese's condition puts a great strain on them both, and I'm sure she doesn't mean to come across the way she does. That kind of stress would do the same to anyone. But she's not a friend of yours, and she's not family, so she lacks the closeness required to be the cat. So it has to be a friend. You have to figure out an answer right away. You don't have to figure out an answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. Someone close. Well, it's either Tabitha... We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connecting to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carvings, steels, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out, piece together what you can from your visions, and arm yourself with information. Have you not sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? I know where there's another. Your thoughts drift to that door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you could even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. think I felt another in the clinic. That's good. If you can find your way inside and uncover another stone, that should give you a leg up on your adversary. You'll just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly to you sniffing around her clinic. If I recall correctly, there's a hill that'll take you nearly all the way to the second story, and she never locks any of the doors up there. Just in case it's helpful information. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. You helped last night. Why don't you come with me? I may have been able to see through the spirit's illusions, but I'm not some kind of all-powerful entity. I'm an old woman. I have trouble with my knees, and my eyesight isn't what it used to be. In most situations, I'd be more of a liability than a helpful companion. Imagine if I'd been in those mines with you. Some use I'd be, struggling to climb over rocks and ladders, throwing my back out from all the crouching. Thanks. I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully, you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room, and the bells of the door strangely flat in the stale air. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. Let's talk to Miles. Ghosts aren't. So, Kanika has a cold, huh? That's what she says. She's just trying to get out of work again. Like I don't have anything better to do all week while she sits in her room watching anime. Says the guy in Goku pants. Everybody knows Dragon Ball is good anime. It is. She watches the trashy shit. What's the trashy shit? See any weird rocks around town? Is your mom a witch? Wouldn't you like to know? Look, a lot of weird stuff is going around town. I feel like a witch could be super helpful. So if she is one, I thought she just helped you. You're grown, you take care of your own self. Okay. Ghosts are real, just thought you should know. Yeah, I know. I've seen tons of videos of ghosts doing stuff on the internet. I'm not 12. See any weird rocks around town? Yeah. You. He smirks. Clearly, this is a very sick burn, and you should feel bested by his wit. I'm going to check in on Kanika, see if she's okay. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. You're not... You knock on Kanika's door. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just going to lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Kate, what's up? I could use a breather. Let's hang out for a minute. Sorry, Kate, my mom was right. I'm exhausted. I probably shouldn't push it or I'll wind up worse off tomorrow. Looks like you're on your own. Shit! You make your way to the general store and down the road to the clinic. You make your way up the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. You can see the hill Sybil was talking about, wrapped around the back of the old hospital like a stone blanket. Oh shit, there's Wayne. It should take you directly up to the second floor and the unlocked doors of the terrace. And I see some groundlings. There's a raccoon. Run, raccoon, run. There's another something up there. Right there. They're all over. I keep doing this like you guys can see my cursor, and I took that off. I need to figure out how to... I need to make sure I don't know. Don't worry about it. Anyway. Knock on Reese's basement windows. I don't know the right way to do this because I don't. Let's talk to Reese. Let's see if we can get. You cautiously approach the house, kneeling next to the low basement of windows of Reese's room. You knock. There's no one there. Reese must be somewhere else. Well, then never mind. Make your way up the hill onto the terrace. You're pretty sure you can make the hill jump to the second floor, at least with a running start. You make your way up the hill and bend your knees in anticipation, and then you jump. You land and try the door. It's unlocked. Upstairs the clinic feels like a decommissioned museum. Old furniture is covered in plain white sheets, and a thick layer of dust coats the floor. This place hasn't seen any use in years. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to free to explore as you please. You can feel that odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. Excuse me. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar as if inviting you to enter. Turn on the lights. Oh! The lights click on, you're in the morgue. Oh shit, you scared the shit out of me. Kate, what are you doing in the morgue? Hi, vampire! You must see us. Oh my god, you died and she Frankenstein you back to life. Am I interrupting something? What are you doing in the morgue? I'm sure it looks weird. It's not like I expected anyone to come down here. I was just, practicing. A rehearsal, if you will. Rehearse, you say? I see being on a damn breach comfort. Rehearse, you say? Good one. His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance, and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. Oh my god. Why? You need to see what's back there. Follow the pool. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder, and for a moment, the thing on the other side of the blank white wall loosens its pull on you. You kind of look possessed for a second there. Are you good? Make him understand. Why wall? Need see thing, but wall stand in the way. Let me inside. There's some kind of... There's a stone carving on the other side of that wall. I need to see it. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the doc out of our hair. Should take 2 seconds. Hang on. I must have hit something or I did the wrong thing. That was my mistake. Okay. We'd better wait a second, just in case. Flirt. I don't want to flirt with him. Quietly wait for the danger to pass. The both of you stand in tense silence, both crammed into the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear your breathing from the other side of the building. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards your hiding place, creaking floorboards broadcasting her location all the way to the hallway just outside of your hiding spot. His head swivels suddenly. That was the door to the house. We're in the clear. Let's go. The two of you spill out of the closet. Resse quickly and quietly starts pulling out drawers and scanning them for keys. Is that a key right here? You can't help but notice what Dr. Kelly left on the long steel table in the middle of the room. A sprig of small, furry fruits, castor beans. You've seen them elsewhere in town, but for the life of you, you can't remember where. Why did your mom get castor beans? Yes, found the keys. He holds up a small ring of keys, each with a strip of colored tape on the head. What's this about, Beans? Oh, those weird little fruit things? Resse unlocks a cabinet and offers you the fire axe. Here's your axe. And I don't know, I've never seen them before. I'm not allowed in the supply room. It's probably some kind of medicinal plant, right? She took out a chemistry set too, though, come to think of it, she's not supposed to make medicine. She's not a pharmacist. This room is just storage for orders she gets from a pharmacist over in Brevard. Why would she bring something like that here? This plant is not medicinal. It makes one of the deadliest poisons made out of man. I want to say ricin? Ricin? Castor beans make ricin a deadly poison. She's not making it though, right? Why would she make that? She's a doctor. I'm gonna... Do you know what she gives you for your supposed illness? I don't want to be the one to say it, but, I mean, if she's slowly poisoning him... Why would... What's her face? See... What she gives you for your supposed illness? No, I don't. She never explained it. I thought it was just too complicated for me to understand, so she didn't bother. Maybe there's some kind of information on it lying around here somewhere. That drawer over there is locked. If I were information on some mysterious alien-looking fruit, I'd probably be locked in that drawer, right? Good thing I already have the keys. He unlocks the drawer, pulling out a notebook. This is about me. There's stuff in here from when I was like 12. It's some kind of diary or medical history, or both, I guess. What the hell is this? Something about another episode? I'm guessing she's referring to one of my rough nights. Oh, here we go. There's some illustrations. He glances at the strange plant on the countertop. It's those beans you mentioned. She uses them to make my medicine. That's poison, right? You and Resse jerk your heads to the sound of an opening door the doctor's in. Shit! That was a door from the house. We've got to run. You follow Risse's instruction, once again starting down the basement stairs, letting the pull of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. I was right. We did already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to go rest. Oh, I'm just gonna chill in the morgue. I've got my speakers, so if you hear some weird sounds, it's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all that industrial clanging you listen to. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You don't have to do that. I'll grab something from my room later. Sure, whatever you're able to do. Hear the door close and the sound of Resse descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescent lit room. Hey. You listen to music that sounds like a wall being broken down? Of course I do. I'm sad all the time. Glad my taste in music is finally coming in handy, because it's exactly the cover we need. Are we listening to like 9 Inch Nails or something? Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of that wall. Let's do this. I'd like to do the honors if you don't mind. I've got some confused and angry feelings I'd like to express. Yeah, go for it, dude. Resse takes the axe from you and approaches the wall. Resse manages to cut through the wall with very little effort, unexpected from someone with his frame and condition. But you know his stringy muscles are backed by a mounting fury that's been done. That goes a long way. He staggers back from a massive hole in the wall and admires his work. Holy shit. The splintered edge frames a dark passage seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from the forgotten place into the already frigid morgue. Resse coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. Hang on a second. I'm going to try to do this again without... I'm sorry for the light, it's a nice day. I've got the windows open, so... Okay. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes even stronger compulsion. You step forward. And you climb into the hole. Dude, you're barefoot. Why are you going in there? You're going to need a tetanus shot. I mean, you should probably be up to date on it. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing rotting away for the decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the fall wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Whoa, are you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. There it is. Enoch, I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I gonna do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research, and I found us an alternative. We won't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. Good lord, the sun. I went to talk to the witch. I thought Teddy died in the cave. A witch? But that's nonsense. It's alright. It's all sorted. We're taking you home today, and everything will be resolved by this time next week. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Resse leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you slipped into a coma or something. Is that Hellraiser? Speaking of, I saw they were making a Hellraiser video game, and the trailer is fucking wild. Maybe I'll do a reaction video to it just for the hell of it, because that would probably be funny. Hey, I was worried you'd slip into a coma or something. Oh, yeah, we did that. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving, and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. You okay? I had a vision. Like a hallucination? I have those sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. Good lord, hold on, I'm gonna look at this again. Jesus, sunlight, and I'm gonna look like a fucking maniac with the way the underlight's hitting me. So it's either the dark secrets... I think the carvings are trying to warn me about something. My family has dark secrets. An old family like yours, I believe it. Hopefully that's all ancient history, though. Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room. Figured you wouldn't want to come to in the morgue. How'd I get here? I carried you. You don't have the kind of muscle mass required for that, huh? Why would I lie about that? I just picked you up and carried you back. It's not like I had to go very far. I think I should probably get going. Stella's still missing, and the stone here finally stopped yelling at me. That might be a little tricky. The doc is on a warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. I'm sure you can understand why. There's no way I was going to take anything she gave me. She's been poisoning me for years. Been thinking about what you said at dinner last night, and I don't see any other possibility. It's only been a day since I've stopped taking my pills, and I feel great. I went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out. You blocked your door? You blocked your door? Of course I did. Put a chair in front of it. It's never failed me before. We don't need her coming down here to finish me off or whatever she might do now that I know what she might do now that I know what her treatment plan has been all these years. Hell yeah, sleepover. But now we're just locked downstairs. Good. Gives us time to figure out a game plan. Exactly. I think we should treat her like a legitimate threat. I have these weird memories. I always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations because they didn't fit the way I thought of her, but I think she's used tranquilizers on me. Other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of those memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control. We'll wait until she's asleep, then we can at least get out of the basement and we can figure out what to do from there. I don't get why your mom would poison you, though. I don't know. But it's all in here. She never outright says what she's doing. And the recipe she came up with to deal with my flare-ups, whatever she thinks those are, involves that weird plant that's on the counter. The castor beans, you were right. And ricin poisoning matches up with quite a few of my symptoms. Good lord, the sun. The thing I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly or if she just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I've ever had an illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control. She found a cure for that. Racing is really bad. How are you not dead? With your evidence, you should be able to go to cops. Maybe not local cops, but a cops. No matter what. Ricin is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough doses, or maybe I developed a tolerance. But I think the fact that I feel more and more alive by the minute is enough to prove that she was keeping me sick. I don't even need solid evidence. With your evidence, you should be able to go to the cops. Maybe not the local cops, but a cop. You're right, I have her journal, and that's pretty incriminating, even if she left out any descriptive words for what she's up to. Ideally, I'd never have to see or think about her ever again, but if it comes to it, this could be my guarantee that she would never be able to have power over me again. I need to get you out of here. Who knows what she'll do when she finds out what you know? Where should we go? The only person I know who has a car is Kanika, and she's not answering her phone. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to. I never even finished high school. I get out of this house. I don't know how I can make sure I don't wind up right back down here. Let's see. One step at a time. Let's just start by waiting your mom out and getting out of here. You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she's forfeited that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. Can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror for the rest of my life. We'll see if we can wait her out. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we can figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I assume it was yet another way to keep me boxed in. But we can try to break them anyway. A distraction seems like a good idea. As you can probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of reality has turned into its head. Probably a combo. It would obviously take more than a day for ricin poisoning to be out of his system. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. You could always draw me. I guess we could do the... I'm kind of curious because the mom seems scared of him in some way. But I don't know why she'd be poisoning him. I believe you owe me a shot of Shinochi Deathblood? I believe I do. Resse gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets to be too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people react to the sort of things I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room, or maybe that's just how it feels down here all the time. What with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs has been poisoning her son since his teens. I've seen a couple of the director's other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to seemingly unrelated TV show recordings and then wind up tying back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its finest. I can't believe I'll be able to just do things from here on out. Like watch movies with another person. Whoa, you've got like some vampire teeth. And some ears. And your nails are long. Or talk to people, ever. You can hear the difference in energy now that Resse hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's uncharacteristically chatty, not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on long conversation. Shh, I'm watching the movie. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have to get out of this basement. That's true. I should be counting my chickens. We still have to get past the woman upstairs. He tenses his back, straightening, his muscles clenching as he's reminded of the obstacle. Hopefully we can just wait her out. If not, he trails off. But his features soften as he once again immerses himself in the film. A man on the screen yells portents of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. I love that there are all distinct sort of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people. And only once you start to understand how they fit together can you realize the fundamental of horror about the universe. Are you a vampire and she's been poisoning you to keep you, like, sedated? And then it sees you back, incredible cosmic horror in its true sense. It's becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, what with what his entire reality is turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. This is too scary. I think you told me I think this movie is too chill for you right now. Maybe we should just figure out how to leave. Sorry if I'm talking a lot, I'm just jittery. It's a little terrifying to think that she's up there right now. There's a knock on the window. No! Kate, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. Why did he call you that thing? Because he's some kind of monster and he wants me dead. Can't you feel that? The murderous intent is practically oozing out of him. But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, Kate. Whoa! The window shatters. Oh, shit! Resse tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figure peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, evading yours, crawling up the walls. What the fuck? Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Are you...
Leave us alone.
Are you like a werewolf? Holy shit! In a surge of violence, the change has become brewing inside. Resse finally comes with it. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off, Wayne along with it. Oh shit, Wayne's... Run for the stairs. I'm just gonna go over here and run like hell. You've seen enough to know where you need to leave. You run up the stairs. The door is blocked by the chair. And then it's blocked by something else too. You toss the chair out of the way and do your best to tear through the substance covering the door. It reforms and regenerates too quickly for you to crawl your way through. Defeated, you turn back to the basement. The remainder of Resse's paintings await their artist's command.
It's okay. Stay right there. I can take care of this. Then she won't be able to hurt anyone anymore. I'll be right back.
Resse storms up the stairs, leaving you with his creations. Call Tabitha for help. Hey, where are you? I'm at the clinic. I think Dr. Kelly is in danger. There's a monster on the loose. What? Don't move a muscle. I'm coming to get you. Your cousin hangs up the phone. You make your way up the door that beckoned you yesterday. All intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads, and you know what secrets the stone that lurked and forgot in the basement of the clinic to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Yikes. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there's a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. Open the door. You grasp the handle and turn. Duck! Duck! You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air. You turn and see a dart embedded in Resse's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer dart out from between his ribs, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system.
You're going to have to try harder than that, you bit. No! How did you?
As if you could stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between the cracks in the wood. Resse's panic, pulling in a mob of furious creatures to hold his enemy in place. The artist darts away, but his creations continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway as Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. Run after Dr. Kelly. You run forward, braving the onslaught of Resse's creations, dodging them as best you can as you try to see where Dr. Kelly went. The door in the front of you is smothered in paint. Hey! Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out some unseen speaker. You, Kate! I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. What the hell is your son, man? You survived what's going on. I think you can probably put that together. I need you to get to the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. Do what she says. You turn back around and head to the medical storage room. I am getting nervous. I'm here. Great. Now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't going to cut it anymore. Yikes!
An intercom system, huh, Doc? Good, you should hear this. Kate, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not gonna hurt anybody else, just her.
What the fuck are you?
If I don't, you and I both know she's just going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers? Did I hear that right? And shove me back down into that basement, or maybe someplace even worse, and keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now, better than I have ever felt in my life. We're not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me.
I just want to go home. I don't feel like I should get in the middle of this. I'm not going to let you kill someone, Resse.
Why not? She wasn't afraid I might die. Does she know those tranquilizers aren't going to kill me? Does she care?
Trust me, Resse. I've always been careful with your medication. I want you to live. I love you.
Tell yourself whatever lies you have to, Mom. If you wanted a good relationship, you had your chance and you decided to convince me I was dying instead of just letting me exist.
I mean, why not just be honest with him and tell him what he was? That way you could have, like...
Don't try to spin it like some kind of crime of passion now the consequences are staring you in the face.
Enough. Resse cries out in pain.
Ugh, what the hell did you do to my shoulder?
You see, for the briefest instant, something coming out of Wayne's sleeve. Just a flash of pale yellow, and then it's gone, slithering back into Wayne's clothes. I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway. Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. Do as she says. The tranquilizers are easy to find, marked with a small square of black tape to match the key. She's certainly an organized woman. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the massive paint, sealing it shut. Hurry! I don't think I can keep it open for long. You slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly. Through one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it. Painted viscera splatters across the cement floor. Sounds like Resse and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here. While we're at it, any other secrets you're keeping? Maybe. If we both survive, I might decide to share a few more, if you don't go tattling to anybody. What is this room? Old x-ray room, lead walls. After I realized the whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with a special remote-controlled locks. Glad I could finally come in handy. Let's talk Resse. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. What is he? At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf. That's what I thought, or a vampire. But if he is, he doesn't follow any kind of full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him. And you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. I almost wish I could examine him while he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happens to him or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty. He had all the usual changes, then a few extra, thickened nails, sharp teeth, elfish ears. It's kind of what I was noticing too. I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder. Had him checked out to a few specialists, but there was nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument, and he changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now, just a couple inches of some facial abnormalities, enough to be noticeable. I was scared he could see that, and he stopped. I thought it was one-off, or maybe a hallucination. But the second time, it wasn't as subtle, and it didn't go away as easily. That's when I knew for sure that this was something beyond my realm of expertise. How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. We've only had 3 incidents like this before. Maybe 4, depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand at first that he looks different, and I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now, and there's only so much I can do to control him. Why did you start poisoning him? Dr. Kelly sighs. Can we stop calling it poison? Yes, it's poison, but the act of me giving him poison was not me poisoning him. I was medicating his illness. I mean, technically what might be poison to some would be a medicine for others. There's things that we think are poison. You know, I mean, if you take the wrong medicine, it does poison you. So you got to be careful. It started when he was around 15. I've been giving him increasingly high doses of Klonopin, but his body kept adapting and his symptoms would come back, especially if we ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all these drugs. It was already suspicious, and I couldn't risk losing my license, especially if anyone ever found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution, and I took it. And I've been dealing with the emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since. Well, we know who that was. Who approached you, and what did they say? Dr. Kelly gives you a long, hard look. I don't want to talk about that woman. I know who it is. But screw it, I might die tonight. Sure, I'll tell you. It was... And that's all I have to say about that. That was weird. Was his dad similar? A strange little smile creeps on Dr. Kelly's face. Wish I knew. Reach just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone. I just woke up pregnant one day. I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sake. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They were actually kind of sweet, but they were just dreams. Was it some kind of like succubus or, well, a male would be incubus, right? But then all of a sudden my period stopped. I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Resse. The relationship between you seems difficult. Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid. When I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. I didn't know if I'd be ready, but he made me love being a mom. It's not like I was going to be sunshine and roses forever, no matter what. Kids grow up and they change, sometimes for the worst. This is part of being a mom, too. Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world isn't going to turn around and go around eating people. How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wants to murder me, so that's clue number 1. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad. But every now and then we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot-tall monster with a million teeth, and rips somebody apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. What you're doing is difficult. I can fix him. I mean, I feel like... He's been kind to me. Yeah, and Ted Bundy was kind of people he picked up off the side of the road, then he slaughtered them. I mean, he's a really sweet kid most of the time, but I can't let that overshadow the violence he's been capable of. But he's only really violent to you, and I feel like it's mostly because... I mean, I get the... What's the game plan, both short and long term? Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizers, then I lock him in here, then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. Has that worked before? So you're just gonna lock him away again. There has to be some other ways it's gonna make him feel trapped. It sure is, especially since I'll have to isolate him even more now that he knows what's going on. He's going to hate me. But you gotta work with what you've been given, and what I've been given is an ethical dilemma where I either let my son kill me, freeing him to go out and kill others, or imprison him for the rest of his life and force feed him poison to keep him controllable. Or the third option, kill him. I've decided which outcome I can live with. I mean, why not just tell him what he is? Like, and maybe he could... You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way out. The sound distant breaking glass cuts through the silence in the clinic outside of the safe room. Shit, this might be game time. Get those tranks ready. We're gonna have to open this door before he crosses the hallway. Dr. Kelly opens the door, the two of you stare into the hallway. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Is this what you were so afraid of?
Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. Give her the tranquilizer darts. Oh! Before Dr. Kelly can fire, a different shot rings out. Reese's body is thrown into the wall. Shotgun in hand, your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on his writhing body. Tabitha, what are you doing here? Stop it! Let me sedate him. We can deal with this non-lethally. Are you insane? That thing was trying to kill you. Say nothing. You say nothing, leave the decision to the woman with the gun. Jesus! You two, help me drag this thing outside. We're burning it. Jesus. The three of you stand around Reese's mangled, still twitching body. You can see the ways he's trying to stitch himself back together, the tendrils of flesh meeting and joining, the clicks and pops of bone snapping back together, and the horrific wet sounds of meat resealing along ruined edges. Your cousin pours gasoline over his body, then she lights a match. Jesus! He screams as he erupts into flames. It's inhuman, the ruin of his face, incapable of making any recognizable sounds beyond a guttural wail. It seems to last forever, and then it stops. In its absence, there is only the roaring of flames and the sobbing of his mother staring down at the writhing, burning body of what was once her son. I always knew there was something off about that kid. He had a weird smell. Did you know what he was? No, but the door was sealed shut and I got a bad vibe from your call, so I took the gun from my office. I was already armed when I rounded the corner and saw him. Just did what had to be done. Thanks for calling instead of trying to handle this on your own. We make a good team. Cry. Tears start to stream down your cheeks as the finality of it all starts to hit you. You all did what you had to do, but it doesn't make it hurt any less. Your cousin, noticing your tears, puts her arm around you and rests her head on your shoulder. And then she steps away. Boy, am I ever glad you showed up. Yeah, that was about to end very badly. Seems like I saved both your skins, so you're welcome. I knew what I was doing. It would have been fine. Yet you let it happen. Come on, Joan. You didn't stop me when I lit the match. Deep down you knew this was for the best. His suffering is over now, Dr. Kelly. This is a good thing. Don't you dare say that to me like, well, my son is burning in front of me. I don't care what he was. He's gone now, and you trying to comfort me is just fingering that fresh wound. Don't bother. He wasn't even human. You shouldn't be so broken up about some wild animal that had every intention of killing you. He was human. I did tests. Genetically, he was no different from us. And he was an incredible artist. And he was as thoughtful and kind. And most importantly, he was my son. Dr. Kelly falls silent, the flames dancing across her tear-streaked face. I'm sorry, Joan. An acrid smell hangs in the air, the stink of burning flesh stinging her nostrils. But he's gone. There's only a charred pile of ashen bones where his writhing body once lay. Nothing moves. Nothing tries to mend itself. There's nothing left to be mended. You did help bring him out. I'm going to bed. Not a word of this to anyone or they'll be hell to pay. You don't have to tell me twice. Dr. Kelly starts back down the hill towards the clinic, leading the two of you to the next to the smoldering ashes. I'm parked down the hill. Let's get out of here. I need a shower. My hair smells like burning corpse. Two of you make your way to the bottom of the hill where Tabitha's car is parked among the sleepy houses of Scarlet Hollowed residential street. She places her gun in the trunk and turns to face you. You're alone now. Stella's still missing. I tried calling her a couple of times, but I kept getting her stupid voicemail. You're alone right now. Yeah. The two of you are interrupted by jingling of dog tags. Gretchen! Gretchen appears at the edge of the road, running as fast as her geriatric pug legs can carry her. Gretchen seems distressed. She whines as she stares up at you from the ground, eyes desperate, anxiously jumping back and forth and darting away when you try to lean down and touch her. Gretchen, but where's Stella? Looks like we're about to find out. You and Tabitha follow Gretchen into the woods. God, I hope she's not leading us to a body. Gretchen nervously runs ahead of you and Tabitha, looking back to make sure you're still there as she leads you into the dark woods. Oh, there she is. Before long, the trees thin and you find yourself on a steep hill by a two-lane road lined on one side by sheer rock. There, sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt, is Stella. You watch her from the underbrush. She's alive, thank God. She sounds more exasperated than relieved. Let's go talk to her. I don't know, we've got baggage. I'll just make things worse. No, you're right. She's been practically begging for us to be closer than we are. It's time I stop letting my dead mother dictate who I'm allowed to talk to. There you go. Let's do it. The two of you join Stella, perching on the old log on either side of her. Y'all came to find me. You didn't have to go through all that trouble. I was probably going to head home soon. You and Kate worried all day, you know. And it looks like you got into some trouble too. Kate, you're all covered in blood. This is where your parents died, right? Aw. Oh, shit. Oh my God. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I've only had one. I haven't even finished a beer. I'm so burpy. Good Christ. Because she was lying down. I used to do that all the time on road trips. I'd lie down like that. Ooh. Oh my God. But they do go under the truck? They must have. The truck must have. Jesus. Sorry if that's a lot, Kate. I don't know. I know we don't know each other super well. Have you been sitting here all day? Yeah. Just waiting. Silence falls over the three of you, the wind rustling in the leaves and the sound of night insects carry on around you, muted in the still night. Nothing happened, though. That's probably for the best. Tabby, did I do something wrong after the accident? What? There's whole years of my life that feel like they've just never happened. Like every time I try and remember them, it's blank. I have all these videos sitting on my channel that I don't even remember filming. It's scary. Did I do something to push you away? No, all you wanted to do was talk to me, but Pearl Ann wouldn't let you near me. Aw. Man, fuck Pearl Ann! Tabitha, stop hiding behind your mom's corpse. She's gone. The only person who makes decisions about your life now is you. Hey! God, you're right. I was an adult when your parents died, Stella. It doesn't matter what Pearl Ann wanted. I pushed you away and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. There we go. Tabby, I've missed you. I missed you too. Aw, the three of you stare out into the quiet night. I think the accident is probably why I got into ghost hunting. I think I just wanted to see them again. I want to know whether I even could. I never found anything, so I eventually gave up. Then last night happened, and I ran out here to see if maybe it would happen with them too. Even if it meant seeing the crash again, or seeing them all messed up and dead. I just wanted to see them. It's been a whole day. I don't think they're coming. Do you want to say goodbye? Stella sits in silence for a long moment, her breath slow and even. Goodbye. I love you. Don't worry about me. I'm going to be fine. She's silent again, as if waiting for a response. No response comes. But she smiles, a lively glimmer returning to her sad eyes. Kind of felt better. I don't think I realized how much I kind of trapped myself in my own head. Thank you for breaking me out of it, you two. Stella straightens up, stretching her back. Gretchen wags her tail, tags jiggling in the quiet night air. We should probably head back, right? I haven't slept in a day. She doesn't need to hear about this tonight. You keep the events that transpired at the clinic to yourself, at least for now. Yeah, for now. The three of you and Gretchen make your way back through the woods before arriving at Stella's house. This is mine. Thanks again, you two. It's time for us to get back to the estate, Kate. Tabby, wait, before you go. Aw. Stella wraps your cousin in a tight hug. Aw. Don't be a stranger, okay? Never again, I promise. Aw, that's actually really sweet. You and Tabitha quietly return to the estate, both of you impossibly exhausted by the day's events. I've got to crash. I'll see you tomorrow. She heads up to bed without another word. Go to bed. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into your room and collapse on the bed. As your eyes sink, you realize that something smells off about the room. It smells rotten. You jolt awake as the door creaks. Don't look so frightened. I was just going to say goodnight. And to give you a word of advice. Tabitha won't be around tomorrow. Too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. And you might be surprised what you find. Until then, sleep well. Wait. Wayne pauses at the door. Yes? Did you know Resse was like that? I knew he was different. How exactly I wasn't sure, but now I know. Thanks for looking out for me tonight. Anytime you find yourself in danger, I'll be there for you. I will always be there for you. Flirt with Wayne. I saw a thing from the developers on Blue Sky that they were saying Wayne would be an option. I don't know how true that is. Like if they got so many likes, they would make it an option for him. I thought you might have done something bad to Stella. Seems like Resse gave you a run for your money. Wayne emits a strange kind of coughing sound. You realize he's laughing. He managed to catch me off guard. Those constructs of his were an interesting little trick, but that's all they were. Why are you following me around? Why are you following me around? Why not Stella or Kanika or Sybil? Why not Tabitha? Because you're special. But why? Why am I so special? You simply are. Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They are unremarkable. Good night, Kate. Shit. Wayne leaves your room and closes the door behind him. The damp smell of mattress is starting to become almost welcoming, a sign that the now daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are finally behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You close your eyes, your exhausted body coming to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Resse and the way his mangled but still living body writhed in his funeral pyre. And then you think of nothing. This is the end of episode 4. Episode 5 will release later this year. Follow us on social media, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Congratulations for finishing all the episodes currently available in game. You've unlocked hardcore mode. Select 3 character traits creation, but you'll no longer be able to use your traits to avoid consequences of major decisions. This penalty only applies to hardcore. Have fun if you dare. If you'd like to continue with yes, let's save. Okay. So we got a lot. That was a longer episode than I anticipated. I did not think it would be that long. Wow. So a lot going on. I think that was kind of... I don't think there was a good way. In all honesty, I don't know why the option for the doctor was not just to say, hey, you've got this going on. We need to figure out a way to contain it. Which would have been the smart thing to do, right? For Resse there. But it would be no life for him to stay cooped up in the house and just tranquilize, and poison the whole time. I know it was keeping him sedated or whatever it was, but it was definitely something. But I think there was maybe a third option that didn't need to be. Oh, it's just because the window's open. So we found Stella. Great. She and Tabitha have made up. Something's going on with Kanika. I don't know what. I'm not sure how much I trust Sybil. I think, honest to God, Tabitha wants to do good, and in all honesty, I do think Tabitha wants to do good and kind of break away from the whole Scarlet family curse and all this mess. I think she wants to do good. It's just the family's history kind of gives her a history that she didn't ask for, and that's not fair. I don't know yet. We haven't gotten that far, but it's interesting to find out. So I do know, like I said, they have just finished writing episode 5, so then they have to do all the artwork and all that. I know, like I said, I saw that thing on Blue Sky where they're saying, oh, we'll make Wayne an option for you to fuck. I don't know how that would go down. It seems like he and Tabitha had something going on, and I don't know what. Anywho, it doesn't matter. That's the end of it for now. When episode 5 does release, I will be sure to play it almost immediately. I'm not going to wait for the next Horrorween. I'll play it instantly. You'll probably get a little bonus episode. I love this. I wish it was all out in one go so you didn't have to wait. I understand this is the way games are made. Some games are made nowadays, but I'm loving it. I love the twists, things I didn't see coming. You know, this is fantastic. I love it. It's creepy without being like horrible jump scares. This is a fantastic game. I'm loving it so far. We've got 5, 6, and 7 left. So, because I think you're there for 7 days. So we've got 5, 6, 7. So we've got 3 more episodes left. Like I said, 5 is done. Written, anyway. And as soon as it's completed and released, I will play it. And I don't know if I'll do one big long episode or I'll break it up into 2. We'll find out when we get there. I'm really excited to see what goes on. Because I'd really love to help Tabitha with a strike. I'd love to be able for the town to kind of come together, but I don't know. It's so much, and I just see all these possibilities. I did not expect it to take the turn it did, but there we are. Anywho, I'm gonna leave this off here. I've got another game coming up. I gotta look through and see my schedule and all that mess and figure out what's going on because this Horrorween is completely different. But I will figure it out and I will come back and continue on with Horrorween. So for now, oh, real quick, hold on one second, let me check something. I know I've got like 2 episodes left. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I had another game I saw that I thought might be good, but I don't know if I'd finish it in 2 episodes. And the last episode would actually be on Halloween, which would be a great way to close it out. So I don't know if I'm going to find 2 individual games. Maybe I'll just do a big playthrough of the game I found. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. Like I said, it's been crazy this year. I don't know. In general, life has been crazy. So I think we'll figure it out. But for the meantime, I'm going to leave this off here. When episode 5 is released, I will definitely play that. I'm very excited to see how this ends. I know the game is going to take a while to finish. I'm so excited for it. Well done to the developers. Well done to the artists. Everybody involved in this is fantastic, and this is a great story. So keep going. I love it. I can't wait to see where it goes. There's part of me that wants to go back and play different characteristics to see what different possibilities you get. I haven't gotten that far yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm getting way too far ahead of myself. Anyway, look forward to the next episode, which will be the 27th and then the 31st, I believe. But look forward to those episodes. I'm sorry I'm babbling. I'm going to end it now. Okay, ready? Here we go. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to chomp down that like button if you did like it. Leave a comment down below with any other game suggestions that you'd like to see from me. Share this channel with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already to see other videos that I've done. Whew, I will see you all in the next one.